Girl, when I say I love a blackberry and a blueberry, oof. Oh, girl, don't pay no attention to my nails. I'm about to do them. Like I tell you all the time, the food will be seasoned. Okay, so trust my taste buds. So whether my weight fluctuates or not, I still keep my hourglass shape. Now, let's be for real. I'm 2.5 hours, okay? So I'm just trying to get to a strong 1.5 hours. But you know, if you want to eat, girl, tuna fish on a celery stick, girl, this ain't the page for you, okay? You might not want to subscribe because over here we cooking. Hi guys, Naturelle Bombshell here and welcome to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to show you what I eat in a day while I'm embarking upon my weight loss body transformation journey. So if you're interested in that, make sure you keep watching. Now, I'm not a medical professional, dietitian, or nutritionist. I just show you what I like, and I do me, you do you, and together we can get through this. Trust me, more recipes coming soon, y'all. I got some good ones coming up, like some good like traditional soul food, but of course, you know we do it with a healthy spin. Let's get into it. So for breakfast, I made me a turkey breakfast sandwich with fruit, y'all. It was so easy, so good. For lunch, I made me mahi fish tacos with a corn and black bean salad. For dinner, I made me barbecue meatloaf with mashed potatoes and green beans. Y'all, all these meals were bomb, okay, and simple and easy. You know, that's how I like to keep it. But you know, if you want to eat, girl, tuna fish on a celery stick, girl, this ain't the page for you, okay? You might not want to subscribe, but if you're looking for a healthy, substantial meals like comfort food, soul food, then make sure you click that subscribe button and notification bell, because over here we cooking. I probably try to go for a walk and get some steps in. That's why I got this little headband turban, girl, because she don't wear bunnies, okay? She'll have on a head wrap or a turban. Very cutesy, very demure, very diva. Never a bunny, okay? What else I want to tell y'all? I'm kind of in a gym slump. One thing I will say about me, oh girl, don't pay no attention to my nails, I'm about to do them. One thing I will say, when I go to the gym and I do weights, it really shapes my body. So whether my weight fluctuates or not, I still keep my hourglass shape. Now, let's be for real. I'm 2.5 hours, okay? So I'm just trying to get to a strong 1.5 hours because I want to be curvy. I still want to have like a thicker looking body. Like, that's just my aesthetic, okay? So, yeah. Ooh, girl, but I don't want to bore you. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here's my breakfast: protein coffee with a turkey, egg, and avocado sandwich. I paired it with some fruit. I had blueberries and a mandarin. Y'all, this meal is so easy, you don't even have to think about it. You can make this when you don't know what you want to make for breakfast, and it will be delicious every time. Next up for lunch, we have our mahi tacos. These were so good and again, simple to make. I got the mahi from Costco. I made the slaw. This is a previous recipe I had from my po' boy recipe. Some low carb tortillas, black bean and corn salsa. I mixed a little taco seasoning in that, and voila. Y'all, this is so easy and so good. Okay, y'all, this is a piece de la resistance. Okay, my barbecue meatloaf with mashed potatoes and green beans. Let's get into this. Now, we're making this from scratch in the video, okay? So I start off with my Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. To me, these make the best mashed potatoes because they have a natural buttery flavor. Just cover those in water and bring them to a boil. While those are beginning to heat up and boil, I'm going to work on my turkey meatloaf. I have 1.5 pounds of 93% ground turkey. I'm using the Kinder's classic meatloaf seasoning. Now I will say I did jack this part up, child, because I just used the seasoning, but I forgot to put in my egg, milk, and bread crumbs. So my meatloaf came out more like a meatloaf burger than meatloaf. It still tastes real good. It just had a different, it was more dense than meatloaf. But yeah, so definitely do not skip those steps. I'm just adding in that seasoning, and I added in some Italian herbs. Now this seasoning already had everything in it, so you don't have to add anything unless you want to add like a salt-free seasoning. I'm just mixing this up. I'm going to add some white onion. You can bulk this up with more veggies if you like. I'm actually glad I did add this because, like I said, I forgot to add my egg, milk, and breadcrumbs. Keep in mind, if you're adding breadcrumbs, that may change the point. Just depends. But I got 6 hearty servings out of this, so your breadcrumbs may not change your point value. But I did count this as a point because I used I made my own glaze over it, which you will see. Now I'm just putting this in an 8x8 mold. I didn't put it in a traditional meatloaf mold because this was just going to make it easier for me to store and cut in portions in my meal prep containers. So I popped that in the oven for about 30 minutes. While that was in the oven, I seasoned my green beans. Now these green beans these green beans are frozen, and I'm just adding seasoning. I always put them on parchment paper, and when I take my meatloaf out to glaze, I'm going to pop these back in with it so they can cook simultaneously. Girl, we killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So as you can see, I added my seasonings, just adding a little avocado oil, and this is one of my favorite seasonings, coconut aminos. I add coconut aminos to everything. So now while that was in the oven, my potatoes were done. I'm just going to mash these up. Girl, put some wrist and elbow action into them, and I'm going to season these up. Like I say, the Yukon Gold potatoes are naturally so creamy and buttery. It doesn't take a lot, but I'm going to add my seasonings. I'm going in with my vegetable base seasoning. I can't think of who it's by, but I really love that. But you want to be easy handed, not heavy handed on that seasoning, because it is high in sodium. So I only use, I don't know, what was that, maybe like a 1/3 of a teaspoon. Now I'm using my other seasonings, and these are lower sodium seasonings. I use a salt-free seasoning. To be honest, I really don't watch my sodium because I don't use a lot of sodium when cooking. You know. Now I'm just taking some coconut milk to thin it out, unsweetened, plain. I don't use a vanilla base because you don't want your cream potatoes tasting like vanilla. So if you use a low point milk, to be honest, these will come out to no points. 0 points for the potatoes. This is consistency that I like, creamy but thick. Now I just took my meatloaf out the oven. I'm going to glaze it. My glaze is just a tablespoon of ketchup and a tablespoon of barbecue sauce. And I just spread that out evenly, and we're going to pop that back into the oven to let that caramelize and turn into, like, I don't want to say solidify more, but you know what I'm saying, girl, to glaze it out. And voila, there it is. This is so good. So easy to make. Your family will love it. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. More to come. Go forth and prosper.